with their heads hanging down, carrying heavy hearts from the weight of town. But the band struck a chord, piano jumped to the sky, and every sad little tear just dried right on the fly. Metal shouted bright, like sunshine in the air, and people tapped their feet without even knowing it was there. 'Cause we jumped the blues away, oh, we shook 'em out tonight. Every sorrow disappeared in that swinging light. When the piano rolled wild and the trumpets took flight, yeah, the jump blues calmed every pain inside. Old Joe at the bar forgot why he frowned. Miss Daisy cracked a smile that spun the whole place around. Even the quiet folks swayed close to the beat till the whole room lifted right off their feet. Notes danced higher, horns blew sweet, and trouble packed its bags, walking right out to the street. Dominant piano playing fast, cheerful runs, brass instruments respond with short, festive riffs, an energy of emotional release, and a mood of total celebration. Oh, we jumped the blues away, felt them running into the night, turned darkness into swing and gloom into light. When the whole crowd sang and the band played just right, yeah, the jump blues healed every heart inside. Oh, we jumped the blues away, felt them running into the night, turned darkness into swing and gloom into light. When the whole crowd sang and the band played just right, yeah, the jump blues healed every heart inside. Nothing cures a heavy soul like a hot piano and some loud brass, baby. I went into the room just trying to have fun, but I stepped on your shoe before I even smiled. You looked at me like you were gonna fight, but when I apologized, you started to wave. He said, if you're gonna stomp to the rhythm, stomp on purpose. And before I knew it, you were already dancing inside me. It was a wrong step that turned into desire, a silly stumble that ended in a kiss. Jump blues playing, the whole room watching, proving that love is sometimes born just to surprise. The band got into the groove, the piano started to shine. You spun so fast I almost stopped, but you grabbed my hand and pulled me close. And in the midst of that chaos, everything seemed so right. You said, it's okay, love is also about stumbling into the rhythm of the music. We let everything flow. things fell apart, but we kept the beat, even without music, just keeping the rhythm. I said, if you won't, I'll step on it again. And you laughed, pulled me again. It was a wrong step that turned into desire, a silly stumble that ended in a kiss. At the end of the whole party, it was just you and me. Who would have thought that one mistake would make it happen? Well, I walked into the bar with nothing on my mind, just a quiet little night, leaving troubles behind. But the bartender smiled, said, try this, it's fine. A cheap little drink tasted like turpentine. One sip, two sips, now I'm feeling 10 feet tall. Talking loud, walking proud, leaning on every wall. Oh, that cheap, cheap drink gave me too much pride. Now I'm dancing on tables with my arms open wide. Yeah, that low budget magic goes in straight to my head. Got me saying brave things I should have left unsaid. The piano plays ascending and descending runs in an old school bar style. I told the big man's woman she was looking real fine. Then I winked at the waitress twice at the same time. Started telling old stories like I lived them all. Then I challenged the jukebox to a dance hall brawl. Now spinning, my mouth's running wild. That drink turned a quiet man into a reckless child. Oh, that cheap, cheap drink gave me too much pride. Now I'm singing out of key like a rooster at sunrise. Yeah, that low price lightning got me bold and bright, till courage turned to trouble in the middle of the night. Maybe stick to water instead. But that bartender's laughing, saying, same drink again. And I'm smiling back. Guess I never learned, my friend. Oh, that cheap, cheap drink gave me too much pride. Had me boasting, toasting, nearly starting a fight. Yeah, that hits fast and strong, but in the cold next morning, it feels so wrong. Ding dong dong dong. Someone shouts, no more cheap drinks till next Friday.
Summer rolling, no breeze to cool the air. Folks pack inside the juke joint, sweating everywhere. Band was jumping hard, bass thumping deep and loud. Every step, every spin lit fire in the crowd. The people fanning their faces, but still beginning for more. You could feel the heat rise straight from the floor. It's a hot, hot night with the rhythm catching fire. Sax blowing flames, brass lifting us higher. We're dripping sweat, but we keep on swinging. It's too hot to stop, the whole room singing. Hey! Shirts sticking, shoes slipping, but nobody's slowing down. DJ laughing, bartender shouting, this heat's taking over town. A couple spinning crazy, nearly slid across the floor, but they just laughed and danced even harder than before. You could see the windows fogging from bodies moving tight. Yeah, that sweat-soaked magic turned the place alive tonight. Oh, it's a hot, hot night with the rhythm catching fire. Sax blowing flames, brass lifting us higher. We're dripping sweat, but we keep on swinging. It's too hot to stop, the whole room singing. No fans, no breeze, just the beat to cool you down. If you ain't sweating now, you ain't dancing with the town. Heat in our bones, rhythm in our feet. Tonight's that kind of night, too wild to retreat. Oh, it's a hot, hot night, and we're burning up the floor. Sax screaming sweet, brass begging for more. Dripping sweat, but we won't stop moving. This jump blues fever's got the whole room grooving. Oh, it's a hot, hot night with the rhythm catching fire. Sax blowing flames, brass lifting us higher. We're dripping sweat, but we keep on swinging. It's too hot to stop, the whole room singing.
We arrived at the little bar they called a hall, but there was barely room for the drummer with his old huge drum. The trombone was banging on the ceiling, the trumpet almost fell, and the bassist was complaining, guys, I don't even know where to put this. But when the conductor counted 1, 2, 3, everyone squeezed together and it started again. It's a big band that's too big for the small place. Big band that's too big for the small place. Where the brass instruments blow loudly, the house shakes. Big band that's too big for the small place. If the saxophone screams loudly, in that tiny space nobody can move. The piano was stuck in the corner, almost trapped behind the bar. The guitarist complained that there wasn't even anywhere to step. But the music rose hot as a bonfire, and the tightly packed audience shouted, "Give me more, Colonel!" Every note was a miracle to avoid knocking someone over. But what a crazy night, nobody was left empty-handed either. Instruments blow loudly, the house shakes. Big band that's too big for the small. If the saxophone screams loud, the light bulb wants to come down in the tiny space nobody can move. his drink while getting excited. The waitress laughed, saying this place is gonna collapse. But the band didn't stop, kicking up dust from the floor. And in that cubicle, a hymn of the heart was born. It's a big band that's too big for the small place. But when the sound explodes, nobody wants to escape. If the sax calls out loud, everyone wants to answer. In a tiny place, a whole world fit inside. Nobody can move. Rise, hit. Bang, bang, bang. Sax responds with an awkward. Well, the band was cooking, jumping hot and clean. Everybody swinging, moving smooth on the scene. And then the door flew open. Lord, I swear it's true. And walked a man who danced like he wore 2 left shoes. He spun the wrong way, stepped on every beat. The folks started laughing, moving off their feet. Oh, he can't dance, no, not at all. But when he starts wiggling, people crowd the hall. Sax blowing crazy, bass shouting loud. He shakes so bad, he hypnotized the crowd. Saxophone stumbles over common phrases. Brass drummers mimic musical falls. He tried a fancy spin, nearly hit the door. Dropped his hat and slipped right across the floor. But the crowd went wild, they loved every mistake. The worse he danced, the louder the joint would shake. Even the bartender yelled, man, don't stop now. He bowed real crooked like a broken scarecrow. Oh, he can't dance, no, not at all. But when he starts wiggling, people pack the hall. Sax laughing, brass blasting bright. He turns bad moves into the highlight of the night. Night, when the music starts to play, folks ask, where's that dancer who moves the wrong way? He walks in smiling, ready for his show, cause being real bad is what makes him glow. Oh, he can't dance, no rhythm at all. But when he starts shaking, he outshines them all. Sax wailing, brass swinging tight. He's the king of the floor, the wrong way wonder tonight. Stage with our shoes untied, piano out of tune and the drummer cross-eyed. Sax forgot his reed, trumpet dropped his horn. Looked like the worst blues night ever born. But when the lights came up and the crowd yelled, hey, all those crazy mistakes started swinging our way. It was wrong, 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 but it felt so right tonight. Every slip, every miss turned the room into pure delight. Yeah, we messed up big, but the groove was sweet as cake. That was the night. perfect by mistake. Bass came in early, drummer came in late. The guitarist played in a whole different key by fate. But folks kept clapping, shouting, stomping their feet like chaos was a jam they've been dying to meet. The bartender yelled, boys, don't fix a thing, 'cause all the broken rhythm made the whole place swing. It was wrong, 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 but it felt so right tonight. Every slip, every miss turned the room into pure delight. Yeah, we messed up big, but the groove was sweet as cake. That was the night, oh Lord, perfect by mistake. Yeah, perfect by mistake. Yeah, yeah. So right tonight, laughing, swinging, shouting under the neon light. Yeah, we messed up big, but the groove was sweet as cake. A jumping blues miracle, perfect by mistake. Yeah, yeah, perfect by mistake. Hey, yeah. Perfect by mistake. Yeah, it was just an invitation, and it turned into a good kind of chaos. It started with three friends, nothing to expect. One turned the radio up loud, just to lighten the mood, but the swing hit hard, went up the hallway, and the whole street heard the call of the drum. The neighbor brought cake, the baker came too, when the saxophone gave its first shout. Nobody could stop playing, the party grew, took over the street, midnight struck, and even looked like the moon. People were dancing with no time to go back, jump blues in their veins, nobody wanted to stop. The sax pulls in, engages the audience, raises the energy, and makes the party grow. The guy from the market arrived with 2 boxes of bread. The girl from the salon brought glitter and excitement. A dog wagged its tail to the rhythm, and even the old man on the corner joined in the vibe. The street became a dance floor, the sidewalk became a bar, and the saxophone with each breath brought more people to the scene. The party grew, took over the street, midnight struck, and even looked like the moon. People were dancing with no time to go back, jump blues in their veins, nobody wanted to stop. The clock was showing late, but nobody wanted to leave. When the swing beat strongly, the soul dances for hours. The party grew, it spread to the city, and the saxophone commanded with pure authority. 3 people at the beginning, and at the end, look, the whole street was shouting, don't let this jump blues end, man. Nobody wanted to leave. When the swing beats strongly, the soul dances for hours. party groove. They say that down in the alley, almost near the gate, there's an old trumpet player full of stories and temptation. He blows each note, it's like fire in the air, and he swears he made a pact just to be able to shine. I played weekly for years, he said with devotion, until one dark night someone made a proposition. He said, I sold my soul, but I gained the perfect sound. And the trumpet responded with a somewhat suspicious brilliance. Everyone in the audience felt the ground tremble when he played that solo that nobody could understand. In the corner of the bar, someone shouted, oh, blessed man. But the bartender whispered, that's leaning more towards the wrong side. The trumpeter just laughed, showing off his golden trumpet. Whether it was soul or luck, my friend, it's played. And when the band stopped, it began to shine. The trumpet had opened its wings and began to sing. Trumpet solo with fast phrases, long vibratos and explosive energy in the style of 1940s jump blues. I sold my soul, but I gained the perfect sound. The crowd screamed, the whole bar went into a frenzy. And to this day, nobody knows what happened there. But they say that when he plays, even the devil taps his foot. Did I sell my soul?
Did I sell my soul?
Oh, my son.
Oh, my son.
The important thing is that the soil turned out the right way.
When she walked into the room, every head turned around. Shoes tapping like lightning, barely touching the ground. I tried to follow her steps, but my feet just froze. Cause she moves so fast, man, nobody even knows. People whispered, boy, you better hold on tight. Cause she spins like a record on a Saturday night. She's floating on the floor, moving like the wind, dancing so fast you blink and she's gone again. No one can catch her, she's a miracle in blue. If the rhythm's got magic, magic, she's a living proof it's true. She's living proof it's true. Saxophone started shouting, trumpets jumped in, but she just kept gliding with that wild, playful grin. I swear she wasn't stepping, she was flying instead. Every beat she touched went straight to my head. Someone yelled slow down, but she only sped up more, like a hurricane, a rhythm on the shining wooden floor. She's floating on the floor, moving like the wind, dancing so fast you blink and she's gone again. No one can catch her, she's a miracle in blue. If the rhythm's got magic, she's a living proof it's true. She's living proof it's true. Take her hand, but she spun right past, left me laughing dizzy, falling back on my flash. She said, come on, darling, don't you know the deal? If you wanna dance with me, you gotta dance for real. She's floating on the floor, moving like the wind, dancing so fast, you blink and she's gone again. The whole club's cheering as she steals the show. The girl who dances so fast, she never touches the floor. She never touches the floor. She never touches the floor. When the band started, the hall was already shaking, but it was the piano that arrived and changed all the energy. Every note it played made the crowd scream, and the lights on the ceiling began to follow along. It was flashing red, yellow, blue, and the pianist smiled, saying it's all my wrist's fault. Because the light flashes, flashes, flashes without stopping. When the piano starts to party and begins to take charge, the whole hall vibrates, nobody stays still. The piano calls for dancing and the light decides to follow. The pianist laughed loudly, sweating like a motor, saying if I play any louder, I bet it'll blow out the spotlight. And each precise chord made the hall shake. It seemed as if the whole building was gonna lift up and rise. The crowd was shouting, don't stop, don't stop. And the lights were flashing as if they were live in the revelry. Solo full of trills, boogies, lively runs, and syncopations typical of jump blues, played with exaggerated energy and music humor. Yes, the lights flash, flash, flash without stopping, and the piano keeps the party going until the ceiling complains. Nobody knows who was in charge all night, whether it was
the crazy pianist, or the lights flashing all over the dance floor. If these lights burn out, don't blame me. It's this hard piano's fault. The crowd was restless, tapping feet on the floor. The band was sweating hard, but still wanting more. We missed a piece of spark, the groove wasn't right, 'cause our horn man was late, nowhere in sight. The drummer whispered, "Man, we're losing the fight." But then the door swung open and the place lit up bright. He came running through the table, horn shining in the light, jumped right in the middle and blew with all his might. Late as a sinner, loud as thunder striking the night. Oh, that crazy sax man came and did everything right. He didn't tune, didn't think, just joined the parade. The notes came flying wild like a storm he made. The crowd went crazy, shouted his name out loud, and suddenly the band fell 10 feet above the crowd. The trumpet smiled, the trombone shook with delight. Man, where were you hiding? You're the star of the night. So instruction for some nights. An explosive, fun solo, full of bouncy riffs, brass responding to the sax, quick and improvised phrases, as if the musician had arrived, running and playing with pure adrenaline. He came running through the tables, horn shining in the light, jumped right in the middle and blew with all his might. Late as a sinner, loud as thunder striking the night. Oh, that crazy sax man came and saved the whole night. Next time, man, try being late again, 'cause that solo was worth the wait. Somebody tune that thing, or maybe don't. There's a man downtown with a trumpet of gold. Notes wobble left and right, never do what they're told. He lifts it to his lips, gives a mighty blow, and the whole band jumps like whoa, whoa, whoa. 'Cause he's off-key, baby, but he's never off-beat. Slides through the changes with wobbly heat. Might bend the pitch, but he doesn't admit defeat. Off-key trumpet, but the groove's still sweet. Crowd starts laughing, but they clap
'cause that crazy trumpet got a place in the song. The sax stays smooth, the piano stays tight, but that trumpet jumps out like a stray spotlight. He leans back, grins, says let it sound how it pleases, then blasts a note that shakes the whole place to pieces. Hey, he's on key, baby, but he's never off beat. Rhythm in his bones, trouble in his seat. Might make you wince, but you still move your feet. Off-key trumpet, but the groove's still sweet. Say he's off-key, off-key trumpet, but the groove's still sweet. Answering phrases as if teasing the trumpet seconds. Now listen here. You can tune a piano, you can't tune a guitar, but you can't tune that man's heart. And that horn plays straight from it. Band laughs, off-key trumpet, but the soul is true. Messy little notes with a shine all through. Might not be perfect, but it swings right on cue. Off-key trumpet, we still dance with you. There's a bar that never sleeps, no sir. Dim lights, the owner always says, laughing, I'm not turning it off. As long as a foot moves on this floor, I let the music play. And the piano starts playing, the basses makes the crowd tremble, the crowd rises to their feet. Not even trying to contain themselves, because the bar only closes when the last foot stops dancing. As long as there's dancing, nobody will turn off the lights. The saxophone screams loudly, the brass instruments will respond, and the night only ends when the body obeys. Some arrive stumbling, some come just to drink, but when the groove kicks in, even the shyest wanna dance too. The band picks up the pace, sweat starts to drip, but nobody thinks of stopping, they just wanna get involved. The waiter is already tired, but he continues to smile. If there's anyone left dancing, I can't go to sleep, because a bar only closes when the last foot stops dancing. As long as there's dancing, nobody will turn off the lights. The saxophone screams loudly, the brass instruments will respond, and the night only ends when the body obeys. Thinks of leaving, the band calls for another time. The crowd shouts, play more, and the ground shakes even more. This bar only closes when the last foot stops moving. And if there's a swing, there will be people to dance. The saxophone sings
instruments to ignite the atmosphere, and nobody wants to end the whole night. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Ooh. And here comes the dog, already warming up its throat. Well, we're playing on the corner just a Friday night. Sax blowing hot and the trumpet's feeling right. But every time we hit that sweet, sweet groove, my old dog jumps in and starts to make his move. He lifts his head high like he's part of the show, and everybody laughs 'cause the dog steals the glow. And he goes, "Ooh, right on time, howling to the rhythm as if it were his line, yeah. Ooh, nobody believes it. The dog sings along and the band gets prettier." And in the background, oh, coming from the dog. Now every time we play, the crowd gets tight. They're waiting for the moment when the dog takes flight. The sax plays a riff, the trumpet gives a signal, and the dog lets out a sensational howl. He keeps the beat, he doesn't lose the beat. It's almost like he studied music in the dog's backyard. And he goes, "Oh, ooh, right on time." The owner is even startled to see the dog so in tune, yeah. Ooh, the people jump and shout. He's the bluesiest dog that's ever appeared around here, without a doubt. That's it, he's got the solo. And he goes, "Ooh, every time." When the band heats up, he appears again, yeah. Ooh, he never misses a note. He's the king of the bluesy howl, owner of the corner. He closed the song with class. The brass section enters with a short, playful riff. The trombone plays a long, provocative gliss. There's a guy in the band nobody can stop. When the solo comes in, the whole night is searching for him. He raises a trombone, flashes that mischievous smile, and every table in front of him is already losing focus. He looks to the left, winks to the right, and with each note he blows, the audience adjusts. Oh, that trombone man, he doesn't play, he conquers. He plays such a smooth gliss that even the moon dares to try. When the solo begins, nobody knows who he's aiming at. But one thing is certain, someone always sighs. Drummer plays a muted wah-wah sound. Brass responds, pa-ra-pa! Trombone plays a short phrase and a musical wink. The band already knows the guy's quirk. He plays 3 notes and it's already a hit. The girls laugh, the guys just watch. When he aims at the trombone, even the shy ones get nervous. He twirls around, flirts with his bell. The audience doesn't know whether to dance or fall in love. That trombone man, king of flirting in the ballroom. Every note he plays becomes pure seduction. When the solo ends, he just gives a nod, leaving everyone wanting more. He says he just plays, but nobody believes him, because every solo he plays leaves the house melting. And when they ask, "What's your secret, brother?" he smiles, "I just let the swing do the seduction." Oh, that trombone player, the heartthrob of my band. He plays, winks, smiles, and the audience can't contain themselves. At the end of the night, without haste or fanfare, he puts away his trombone. But the flirting, that never ends. The brass section closes with a strong short chord. Started really early, just to warm up the floor. The saxophone screamed first, then came the vibration. The metal exploded loudly, windows started to shake, and someone outside shouted, "These crazy guys are gonna go nuts." The groove was so hot, it felt like it was boiling, and the louder we played, the more people came to watch. We played so loud, so strong, so recklessly, that even the police danced before complaining. The sergeant's hat was swinging to the beat. When he realized it, he was already yelling, "Yeah, King!" Flashing in the air, but when they opened the door, they couldn't complain. The saxophone called for a solo, the trumpet joined in too, and the police officers thought, "Let's just enjoy one more chorus, okay?" The whole bar laughed when they saw the captain spin around, hand on his hip, trying to keep up. We played so loud, so strong, so recklessly, that even the police danced before complaining. The sergeant's hat was swinging into the beat. When he realized it, he was already yelling, "Yeah, King!" When they finally tried to ask us to stop, the trombone played so beautifully that it moved the corporal to tears. He said, "It's the law, but today I'll let it slide." And the bar responded in chorus, "The music will continue." So loud, so complaining. And when they left the card that read, "If you play again, invite us to the session." passion.
Just looking in for something sweet, a glass of lemonade waiting cold and neat. But the moment that I sipped it, my eyes opened wide, 'cause that wasn't just citrus, it burned like fire. Someone said relax, man, it's just a little twist, but that little twist hits harder than a midnight kiss. My lemonade went wrong, mixed with bourbon on the run. Now I'm dancing like a crazy man, hotter than the sun. I said, who did this? They laughed, don't complain, 'cause that sweet little accident lit fire in your veins. The piano man was laughing while he hammered out the keys. Saxophone slid in smooth as summer breeze. I tried to keep it steady, but my feet wouldn't obey. That bourbon lemonade made my blues melt away. Yeah, somebody winked at me and said, take another sip. I said, if I do that, girl, I'll lose my grip. My lemonade went wrong, mixed with bourbon on the run. Now I'm dancing like a crazy man, hotter than the sun. I said, who did this? They laughed, don't complain, 'cause that sweet little accident lit fire in your veins. Now the whole room's spinning, but the rhythm feels right. That wrong drink turned this into one wild night. Someone shouted toast and raised their glass high. With lemonade or bourbon, we're gonna touch the sky. My lemonade went wrong, mixed with bourbon on the run. But baby, that mistake turned the night into fun. Now I'm laughing, swinging, won't forget this scene. The night my lemonade turned me into a jump blues machine. Oh, wake up now, somebody, turn that record down or up. Every single night, about 2:15, I hear a band, but I'm coming right through the roof. She drops that needle, lets a big band roll, and my whole apartment starts shaking in my soul. Oh, that swinging neighbor, playing loud till dawn, just so hot, it keeps the whole block on. I should complain, but I just yawn, 'cause she plays that swing, swing, swing till dawn. I knocked on her door, said, ma'am, it's kinda late. She said, honey, music doesn't know no time or date. Then she cranked it up louder, gave a wink and smile. I only dance this wild after midnight goes mild. I try to sleep, but my feet wanna move. Her rhythm's a blessing and a curse in the groove. Oh, that swinging neighbor, playing loud till dawn, drums beating hard like a runaway storm. I should be sleeping, but I'm drawn to that midnight. Wild riffs, comedic stabs, a classic Jordan style run that sounds like footsteps dancing upstairs. tried earplugs, pillows, moving to the couch, but that swing just crawled right in after me. So I said, fine, if you can't stop it, you might as well start dancing. Band shouts, yeah. Now me and that neighbor, we jam every night, swinging side by side till the morning light. What started as trouble turned into a song. Now we swing, swing, swing till dawn. Hey neighbor, drop the needle again.
The band was on fire, the place almost exploded, and the crowd was screaming even before the start. But there in the hallway, where the light barely reached, I saw a gleam in her eyes, and my heart leaped. Amidst boxes, cables, and smoke in the air, she whispered, laughing, "Come here and take a chance." It was a stolen kiss, backstage in the darkness. In the middle of the noise, I almost missed the chorus. The piano calling, the band asking for action, but I was trapped in her lips, losing all sense of time. I ran back to the stage, almost tripped. The conductor nearly killed me with the look he gave me. But when I played the piano, the whole hall vibrated. Maybe that secret kiss was what inspired me. The saxophone nudges me and the drums smile. Wow, he's really flying today, but nobody knows why. Fast and spirited solo, full of boogie-woogie phrases, ascending runs and playful buzzes, as if the pianist were playing with a smile over a newly experienced secret. It was a stolen kiss, backstage in the darkness, that stirred my rhythm and ignited my heart. The whole band was playing and I was dreaming non-stop of that hidden kiss that I want to receive again. If every show had a kiss like that, I'd play 2 nights in a row.
Perfect by mistake.